Today is April 6th at the Heatherwood Retirement Community in Burke, Virginia. And three lovely residents of Burke have agreed to share a little bit of their World War II memories. And I will be submitting this to the Library of Congress as part of the memories for World War II. This is just the first segment. And may I know your name, please?
Doris Chestnut.
And?
Mary Fellner.
Mary Jane Dunn.
And Doris has the best stories about World War II in this group. Could you just tell us a little bit of what you remember, or would like people to remember about World War II?
Well, I guess I would like to say Washington, D.C. was a whole lot of difference. And after World War II.
Speak up, please. No, okay. And you have a husband who is in the military too, Mary?
Well, he's gone. I mean, he's gone
just like
14 years now.
Like my father-in-law.
Yeah.
But he was in the Air Force.
Air Force, yes.
And your?
I just have memories of when I was growing up as a very young 12-year-old, 13-year-old child, and remember the days of the rationing and everybody overseas and the stars in the windows and people that had soldiers that didn't make it back and soldiers that kept on going to the trains and leaving with their duffel bags on their shoulders. And I remember uncles that were overseas on ships that we couldn't even communicate or find out where they were. Everything was so secretive when the ships went out. And,
Mary Jane Dunn, where were you born?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And did you live there all your life?
Yes.
Until
I moved on here in 95.
Okay.
Okay.
And you had a lot of relatives who were involved in World War II?
Right, and I also met people of where I worked that this one particular person was in Botanic Corregidor when MacArthur left them, abandoned them, and said he shall return, and he had a lot of political problems, and they were prisoners of war for 4 years, and they lived on watermelons only. They ended up so thin and terrible, and their bodies were really in bad shape when they went through all that for 4 years. And I wished I would have recorded some of his things that he had told me, but I don't remember all of them. I just remember it was a terrible experience at that stage of his life.
And Doris, you were talking about the bomb. Was that your husband?
Yes, my husband had been Army combat with the infantry, and they took Okinawa.
What was his name?
Jeff Chestnut.
Jeff Chestnut. And
he was regular Army. Had been in since 1937. Nothing but a kid from New Orleans. And went over in the last of October, the 1st of November in 41. And didn't get back home until July.
And you got married afterwards.
45.
And you got married after
1945. Yeah. And got married and was stationed at Camp South Shelby, Mississippi. I can remember thinking, oh my lands, that was the first time I've been deep, deep south.
Where were you born?
Right outside, I was born right outside Washington, D.C. in District Heights, Barstow area, where now the Beltway is.
And you knew about the bomb. How was your husband involved?
My husband had just, they made the push on Okinawa, and President Truman, by that time, was our president, and had decided, of course, the soldiers didn't know, and neither did we, the civilians, that that was going to happen. But it saved millions of American soldiers.
Where was your
Hitting
husband when that happened?
Okinawa.
In Okinawa. And what was his division?
7th, oh, very good. I forgot that. The the hourglass guy. 7th Division. He was with the 7th Division. And he went into Leyte.
In the Philippines.
In the Philippines.
Yeah. Now, Mary, your husband was with?
He was in the Air Force.
What branch? My father-in-law was with the 8th.
I don't remember now.
Oh, I'll ask you next time. What was he doing with the Air Force?
I don't remember too much about it because he never wanted to talk too much about it. And I met him after he came out of the service. So
See you next week, baby. Stay healthy, eat right, get some exercise, and count your blessings.
Count your blessings.
Bye.